Chapter 1 of Stories of King Arthur and His Knights. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Joy Chan. Stories of King Arthur and His Knights by U. Waldo Cutler. Chapter 1 of the Birth of King Arthur. It befell in the days of Uther Pendragon, when he was king of all England, that there was a mighty duke in Cornwall that held war against him a long time, and the duke was named the Duke of Tintagil. 10 miles away from his castle, called Terrible, there was in the castle Tintagil, Igraine of Cornwall, that King Uther liked and loved well, for she was a good and fair lady, and passing wise. He made her great cheer out of measure, and desired to have her love in return, but she would not assent unto him, and for pure anger and for great love of fair Igraine, King Uther fell sick. At that time there lived a powerful magician named Merlin, who could appear in any place he chose, could change his looks as he liked, and at will could do wonderful things to help or to harm knights and ladies. So to King Uther came Sir Ulfius, a noble knight, and said, I will seek Merlin, and he shall do you remedy, so that your heart shall be pleased. So Ulfius departed, and by adventure met Merlin in beggar's array, and made him promise to be not long behind in riding to Uther's pavilion. Soon Merlin stood by the king's side, and said, I know all your heart, and promise ye shall have your desire, if you will be sworn to fulfil my wish. This the king solemnly agreed to do, and then Merlin said, After ye shall win Igraine as wife, a child shall be born to you that is to be given unto me to be brought up as I will. This shall be for your honour and the child's avail. That night King Uther met in battle the Duke of Tintagil, who had protected Igraine in her castle, and overcame him. Then Igraine welcomed Uther as her true lover, for Merlin had given him the appearance of one dear to her, and, the barons being all well accorded, the two were married on a morning with great mirth and joy. When the time came that Igraine should bear a son, Merlin came again unto the king to claim his promise, and said, I know a lord of yours in this land, a passing true man, and a faithful, named Sir Ector, and he shall have the nourishing of your child. Let the young prince be delivered to me at yonder privy postern, when I come for him. So the babe, Arthur Pendragon, bound in a cloth of gold, was taken by 2 knights and 2 ladies to the postern gate of the castle, and delivered unto Merlin, disguised as a poor man, and by him was carried forth to Sir Ector, whose wife nourished him as her own child. Then within 2 years King Uther fell sick of a great malady, wherefore all the barons made great sorrow, and asked Merlin what counsel were best, for few of them had ever seen or heard of the young child Arthur. On the morn all by Merlin's counsel came before the king, and Merlin said, Sir, shall your son Arthur be king after your days of this realm with all the appurtenance? Then Uther Pendragon turned him, and said in hearing of them all, I give him God's blessing and mine, and bid him righteously and honourably to claim the crown upon forfeiture of my blessing. Therewith he died, and he was buried as befitted a king, and the queen, fair Igraine, and all the barons made great sorrow. End of chapter 1.